So, the Fallout TV show has you interested in soaking into Fallout 76, the only multiplayer option of the Fallout games. But how are you going to get the best start? Maybe you're brand new to 76. Maybe you're brand new to Fallout altogether. Met a couple of those people over the last couple of weeks. Maybe you're a returning player coming back for another look after the game notoriously balked its launch back in 2018 and you bounced off it. Well, good news is it's come a long way since then, and it has a remarkably stable player base too, and is one of the least toxic MMO/live service games I've ever experienced. And I'm going to show you a cute little example of that kind of behavior later in the video. Short version though of what I talked about in another recent video is yes, it is still worth playing or starting to play in 2024. In fact, it's more worth it now than ever before. But if you are a brand new player, you will be faced with a choice on how to start your character. And if you are a returning player after a long time away, you'll find a new option on how to start. One of the more recent updates, just a few months back as a matter of fact, introduced a new way to kick off a new character. Not by hitting level 2 as you hit the vault, as was traditional, but by kicking you right up to level 20 immediately. The game is rather insistent that the level 20 start is, quote, the best choice. But is it really? Hello again, I am Blunty, and hopefully today I can give you a little insight onto how to make this choice in an informed way. If you trust the game, trust Bethesda, the best choice is a battle-ready dweller. Level 20 as soon as you leave the vault, a bunch of special points already assigned, and an arrangement of preset perk cards. Now, if you are brand new to Fallout, special are your various stat points, RPG-style stuff. It stands for Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck, and each affects your character's base abilities in different ways. And don't worry, the game does explain these basic differences to you. The perk cards build on top of that system, offering specific buffs in specific categories and unique effects. You'll earn more of these cards as you keep leveling up. Every 5 levels you get a pack of 5, and you can continue to invest in additional points into your various special stats up to level 50. And it's also worth keeping in mind, you can also, these days, respec all of this at will. Pretty much any time you like. So you're not locked into any choice permanently. So don't sweat it too much when you hit your level up. You go, oh, where does my points go? What perk cards should I choose? Because if you make the, what turns out to be the wrong choice for you, you can just change that later. You can even save presets and swap between them. So you can have several different kinds of builds at any time to choose from. So again, don't sweat too hard on the initial choice here. It's just a starting place to get you up and running. Feel free to pick whatever sounds like a playstyle you're attracted to. You are not going to be stuck with it if it doesn't work out. But that still leaves the question, which is the better start? A level 2 as the game was originally designed, or skipping to level 20? Well, my general advice would be if you have played before, even if it was just a dozen hours at launch and still feel familiar with the basic mechanics of the game, the level 20 start is probably the choice to make. But if your memories are foggy about the game, or you are indeed brand new to it, even if you've played other Fallout games before, I'd go for the fresh start. Either way, you'll be playing the exact same content. The level 20 start does not skip you over the initial opening quests or the tutorials and any of that kind of stuff. And the game automatically scales world enemies to be level appropriate for you anyway. But with the special investment and perk card loadouts you'll start with, you'll kind of still feel comparatively more powerful anyway, regardless of the level scaling. With the level 20 start, you'll still get the perk card packs you would have earned on the way to level 20, so you can open those immediately as soon as you leave the vault. So in this way, you're not even stuck with the perk card setup the game gives you right away, just the special point distribution for now. So you'll already immediately be able to start tweaking your build a bit to suit your taste versus the presets. You'll also start with a pair of basic level 20 weapons appropriate to, the start you chose, some basic leather armor, a pocket full of resources including junk items for camp building and gear repair, some food, some healing items, and even quite a decent stack of ammo to get you up and running. It's actually decently well balanced. It's not too stingy, but not too OP either. And because of how the game handles those instanced enemy scaling these days, you can even dive right into the open world events and remain survivable. And if you've played before, so you know what's going on with these events, this can be a pretty damn good way to immediately score a bit of gear with legendary effects on them, plus some cash and extra stim packs, maybe some new plans for gear or, decorative items for your camp or whatever. With the level 20 start, you can actually get up and running with a pretty confident build remarkably quickly. If, however, you want to choose a level 2 start and play like you're simply, having fun, not sort of sweaty rushing, trying to power your way through the game, getting to level 20 naturally will take, less than 10 hours of gameplay. And along that journey to naturally getting to level 20, by doing it the way the game was originally designed, you'll have some different advantages. Like, for example, you will have way more resources because you'll be collecting them every step along the way. And I don't just mean stuff for building and repairing the junk items. I mean, you'll have way more armor and way more weapon mods available because you'll constantly be scrapping low-level drops along the way. And every single time you break down an unwanted weapon, there's a decent chance you can learn a new mod for it so you can upgrade and enhance the ones you're actually using. Same goes for armor. You'll have way more upgrade and mods and even more type choices if you play to level 20 instead of just starting there with nothing but basic leather armor and zero plans or mods. Plus, during this process, you'll be learning more about the different options that are available with this stuff, the different weapons, the different armor choices, their own strengths and weaknesses, and what works best for how you want to be playing. With a level 20 start, they give you a meager 100 caps, caps being the in-game money system you'll be using to buy stuff and also for fast travel and the like. But without even trying or even paying attention to collecting caps, my recent fresh start character I've been using on Twitch live streams also started with 100 caps at level 2, but I had about 700 caps by the time I was level 20, and that can give you a lot more options. And again, if you're new or just a bit rusty, walking your way to level 20 is going to give you a much better grip on the special perk card system because you'll be feeling the change more dynamically as you accumulate and add them to your build slowly, one by one, as you level up, instead of just starting with a stack of them immediately already active. It will give you a better, more intuitive feel for what works or doesn't work for how you play, and how some cards can be upgraded or boosted or stacked with other cards. And sure, you can watch YouTube tutorial videos on how these systems work and sort of copy-paste someone else's build if you like, but I am a strong proponent of the learn by doing school of learning. You're going to be a better player and better able to customize the build to how you want to play, even if you are using someone else's build as a basic, if you learn what you're doing by learning by doing. Holy crap, what a sentence that was. But finally, as I mentioned in the opening, whatever way you go, whatever choice you make, you are more likely than not going to experience the shockingly helpful and unusually non-toxic player base, the kind of which I have rarely experienced in a long-standing MMO or live service game. In the 25 minutes it took me to get my level 20 test character I made for this video, by the time I worked my way down to the first major questline kickoff, a high-level player came and found me, recognizing a new level 20 player by the default gear I was wearing, and handed me a gas mask and a small pile of extremely useful consumables, heal items, radiation cures, buff drugs, and even some coffee and tea. And this is actually extremely common behavior. Not only are there publicly accessible donation boxes scattered around at various major locations where players can leave and store unwanted stuff for other players just to take as they need, especially useful for new players. It's actually really common for high-level players, upon coming across a low-level player in the wild, or even sometimes they will deliberately seek out the low-level players when they see one cruising around on the map. They will go find them, and they will drop a little pile of basic supplies and consumables for that fresh player. Now, how many multiplayer games can you name where the end-game players constantly and consistently seek out and help new players like this? And this behavior is literally part of the culture of this game at this point. This is just how things are done here. This wasn't just some unusual moment from an especially kind player, or somebody might have recognized my name and go, "Oh, that's that Blunty dog from YouTube. I'm going to go give him some stim packs." Now, this is just what players in this game do. So whatever start you choose, the early game should feel fun, welcoming, exciting, and give you a sense of how the multiplayer culture works. Loot drops, co-op events, or even just chance encounters as you cross paths. There is really no wrong choice, and there's no best choice either, really. Both options work. You're just making different kinds of trade-offs. The core advice I can leave you with is simply this. A new player should start new. It'll be a smoother and smarter learning journey. An existing player working on a second character or a returning player still feeling familiar with the basics might want to hit the ground running with a little more momentum, and that's what the level 20 start is for. But if you really want to and you are a brand new player, you can still choose the level 20 start and be up and running. There's nothing to stop you doing that. And the opposite is true. No matter how familiar you are with the game, you can still start with a level 2 character and have just as much fun. For example, I am a returning player, and the new character I made for the live streams started fresh, and it was not a choice I regret even slightly. And before I started that character, I did a little one-off stream testing the level 20 start. And for this video, I made a new level 20 start character just to sort of get the feel for it, without the other complications of live streaming and distractions and whatnot. And when I have been live streaming, I've been playing on my existing character, my day one character that I built, and just dropping back into the game with him. And they've all been good experiences. There is literally no wrong choice to make here, but hopefully this video has helped you make a more informed choice when you are trying to choose which choice to choose. I'm going to choose to go learn English again, I think. I'm starting to peter out a bit on sentence structure this morning. Give me a break. It's 3 a.m. I haven't had coffee yet. I was just excited to record this video. Thank you for watching. I am Blunty. We'll catch you next time. But thank you as always to the patrons proudly scrolling up above there.